Na Shiva I did the Utkarsh yoga program a few months ago. I loved the fun activities and games that taught me a lot. After the children's kriya, I feel calm, relaxed and a lot happy. Now I remember everything that my teachers teach me in school. Now I have started reading new books and I can read much faster than before. In In the course, I made lots of new friends. I had lots of fun in the course. I did the Utkarsh yoga program a few months ago. I loved the fun activities and games that taught me a lot. After the children's kriya, I feel calm, relaxed and a lot happy. Now I remember everything that my teachers teach me in school. Now I have started reading new books and I can read much faster than before. In the course, I made lots of new friends. I had lots of fun in the course. I had lots of fun in the course.
Let's all chant the Shanti Mantra. Upanishads begin with Shanti Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Upanishad means sitting close, sitting near the master. The student and the teacher sit close. It's not just physical proximity, it is mental or emotional, mental proximity. Only then knowledge can flow. Connectivity. When there is connectivity, then knowledge flows. There is no connectivity. Student is on one level, teacher is on another level. They are speaking on different language. Knowledge cannot blossom. You can get information, but for knowledge to get into you, there need to be that mental closeness, that spiritual closeness, sense of belongingness. And that is what is Upanishad, sitting close by. Today, the issue in the world is that children in the classroom, students in the colleges are on different rhythms. Teacher is on a different rhythm, students are on a different rhythm. So they only pass on information. There is no transfer of knowledge. For the knowledge to get transformed, we have to be on the same rhythm. And rhythm can happen when there is peace. So that's why all Upanishad starts from Shanti Mantra. A peaceful mind can probe into something beyond, can grasp that something which cannot be grasped by a little mind. The intellect cannot access to things which your spirit can get an access to. And for that, that closeness is essential. I mean, this exercise has been there in the world all over, right from Socrates' time and other places. Guruji of Socrates, everywhere, they used to give exercise to students. See whether the student is on the same rhythm, same wavelength. Is there that inquisitiveness to know? Or is he caught up in some little wishes and desires, wanting this, wanting that? Or are you focused in knowing something that is beyond? Are you an empty cup? Or you are already overflowing, that nothing more can add to you? This is what makes you coming closer. If a student thinks he already knows everything, then a disciple is no more a disciple. He is only there to verify what he already knew. So being hollow and empty, willingness to know, and having that faith in the teacher. This teacher knows. So I would like to learn from the teacher. And teacher should know the sincerity of a student. A student should believe in the wisdom of the teacher, and teacher should know the sincerity of a student. Then they are on the same wavelength. The teacher doubts whether the student is here, is he sincere or not, really come to study, or just because of parents he has been pushed into the class. This is the discord that we are seeing in the world. Why, in spite of so many universities, colleges, we are not bringing up people with wisdom or minds with knowledge? The reason is disconnect. Students should have the faith in the wisdom of the teacher, and the teacher should have the faith in the sincerity of the student. And so the Shanti Mantra. Shanti Mantra says Purnamada, Purnami. This is one of the greatest gift to the humanity. The concept of zero comes from this very Shanti Mantra. In a linear mathematics, you will always find when something is taken out of something, that something from which things are taken out lacks. If you take out some furniture from this room is this room minus that furniture. That means this room is not what it was before. This is a linear thinking. But here the rishis gave you a completely different outlook towards life, the spherical thinking. That is full, and this is also full. This fullness has come from that fullness. And in spite of this fullness having come from that, that still remains full. A mother gives rise to a child, gives birth to a baby. A baby is also complete, the mother is also complete. Just because the baby is born, mother is not lacking something. In fact, it has added to her glory. The concept of zero, without which nothing could have happened in this planet. No computer technology, no science could have progressed. That has origin here in this concept, in this very Shanti mantra. From the fullness comes out of fullness. And still the fullness remains fullness. You can go on analyzing this very Shanti mantra on various levels. On the spiritual level, on material level, on the arithmetic, on the level of mathematics, on the level of physics. It is pregnant with huge information. When you share your peace with others, your peace will not be lost. When you share your knowledge with others, you won't lose the knowledge. It remains complete inside you. Similarly, this universe, which is, in fact, it is multiverse. Enormously huge. Is dynamic. Many things are being born every day here, and many things are dissolving back into it every day. Still, both the manifest is complete, the unmanifest is also complete. The Rishi says Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Three times Shanti. When your environment is disturbed, you can't sit there and think about or contemplate on knowledge. Environment need to be congenial. And your body-mind complex need to be fit. On the third level, the level of the self, the being, inner peace. Chanting balances our right and left brain. Like left brain is logic, right brain is music. People who are emotional, they love to repeat things. When you are in love with somebody, you like to say, I love you, so many, not once. But a left brain person finds it so funny and so unpleasant. What is the point in repeating? Repetition appears to be boredom when you are in the left brain. And the same repetition is very palatable, so musical when the right brain activity is going on. Repetition has been a part of every learning from ancient times. Logically understand knowledge you receive and then make it into wisdom. It needs that emotional integration. It has to become part of your life. And that's why it's important to sing as well. It's so amazing to see. Even the materia medica, the so-called Ayurveda, materia medica of Ayurveda, is also in poems. Perhaps nowhere else in the world, in the medical science, is also put in poems. Here, the entire Ayurvedic text you find are in the form of poetry. Knowledge with rhythm makes into wisdom, and that's why repetition or chanting is also very significant when we are learning something about the Upanishads or for any scripture for that matter. So every day we will chant a few minutes. So, Ishavasya Upnishad, the first of the Upanishads. The concept of God is something which has baffled this planet from time immemorial. People who say there is God, they have a concept, and people who say there is no God, they also have a concept. Otherwise, they can't say there is no God. The atheists have got a God also, whom they say it doesn't exist. That means they have a concept of God that they say it doesn't exist. You pity them sometimes because they don't know the existence of Upanishad. They don't see the wisdom here. Om Ishavasyamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita ma kridah kasya svitanam. This entire universe is permeated by the divinity. It's not a God who is sitting somewhere and trying to give you a finger and you try to catch him, he runs away. God is not a person somewhere sitting or who created this world and hiding somewhere. God is here now in everything. In fact, there is nothing that can be away from God. Whatever you see in this universe, not just the permanent, also the changing, the perishable as well as that which appear to be not perishable. This entire universe is permeated by something, and that you can call it God. It sounds so silly when people are craving for God realization, as though He is somewhere out and going to come in front of you. Oh, my dear son, what do you want? I'm here, I'm so pleased at you. No. If it happens, it's only their mental abbreviations. This universe is permeated by a power. Ishavasyamidam sarvam. Everything here. Then the question immediately comes, how can God be in Osama bin Laden? How can God be in Hitler? How can God be in something that is bad? You ask a physicist, a quantum scientist, does Osama bin also has atoms in his body or not? Did he have atoms or molecules in his body or not? Was there energy in him or not? We are caught up with this concept, good and bad, right and wrong. As long as we are in this duality, forget about it. You can never know what God is. You are caught up in the movie between the hero and the villain. Forget about it. You can never know the director. A director honors the hero as much as he honors the villain, or the vice versa. Wake up. wake up and see, you rise to another dimension. A dimension which is beyond good and bad, right and wrong. Which purely places before you the existence as it is. And there is no escape from it. Ishavasya sarvam yat kincha jagat yam jagat. And there is this other notion that people say, oh, God willing. If God wishes, let it happen. If God is responsible for everything in this universe, then anything anybody does, God is only responsible. Why should I be punished? No, where do you come in the picture there? If everything is done by God, God only takes the punishment also. There is a karta, the doer and the enjoyer go together. They are two sides of the same coin. It is misuse of knowledge when we say, I am not the doer, but I am the sufferer. The consequences I am suffering, but the doer is somebody else. Impossible. The doer and the enjoyer of the consequences of the action are one and the same. So this power, this energy, which is here right now in everything as potential, that is Isha. That is the Lord. That is the divinity. And what is the password for it? How the access code for it? Leave the grip. Tena tyaktena bhunjita. We are holding on to the material here. When you are holding on to something, the material thing, it's like holding your fist. It is limited. You have to loosen it up. When you open your hand, sky is the limit. What your mind holds on to, what it grabs, is that thing which gives you pleasure or anything that gives you pain. It holds both. Because anything here in this universe which gives you pleasure, your mind goes and latches onto it. When it is latching on to a limited something, the infinite becomes obscure. Not that it is not there. It is there, but it is obscure because you are occupied. On a beautiful evening, you are watching the sky. A small dust particle comes into your eyes. And that's it. It blurs the whole vision. You can't see the sky anymore. And this is what is happening. When we are trying to hold on anything here, not knowing this is all permeated by the divinity, we try to hold on to things. And whatever we hold on to, which appear to be giving us pleasure, later on gives us pain. Then do the rishis mean by just drop everything and run to Himalayas? Says no. Tena tyaktena bhunjita. Immediately say, no, you enjoy. The world is there for you to enjoy, but not holding on to it, not clinging on to it, renouncing it, letting go. You relax. When you relax, you are able to enjoy better. Ma hrida kasya svidhanam. Don't covet for others' possessions, others' wealth. So, when everything is done by God, everything is anyway happening, and what is the need of me living? What is the purpose of my life? This question, what is the purpose of my life, should pass through every mind. The so-called intelligent mind, at least. If you consider yourself intelligent, this question must have come to you sometime or other. It should bug you actually. What is the purpose of my life? Is it all just eating, sleeping, and doing your routine? Is that it? Is that it? What is the purpose? Why I am here for? Has this question come into your mind? I'm sure. Anyone, this question has never passed into your mind? Nobody. Have you all got this question sometime or other in your life? Raise your hand, let me see. What's the purpose of life? What's the purpose of life? Good. Seed has started sprouting. Don't be in a hurry. It's very good. This question must pass through your mind. It invokes the spirit in you. It's a sign of seed sprouting. But hold on. Because though you do not want to do anything at that time, nothing appears to be interesting. Upanishad says, Kurvan neveha karmani. Keep doing your work. And live for 100 years. Kurvan neveha karmani. Keep doing your work for 100 years. There is no other way. You can't take your life off. Kurvan neveha karmani jijivishet shatagam sama. Evam tvayi nanyate thosti nakarma lipyate nara. There is no other way. You have to, knowing this is permeated by the divine. Keep engaged in activity and live for 100 years. Live for 100 years. When you are doing an action for yourself, to gaining something, it is painful. But when your action is just for action or contributing to the existence, because you are here to contribute to the existence, then it will not bind you. But if your focus is only on you, if you are a taker, how much can you take? Take, and then you get so tired, and that's why mind gets tired. But if you are a giver, if you are giving, if you are here only to give, the action does not bind you. When you take, you feel the obligation. When you give, you feel the freedom. Keep acting and live for 100 years. Your wish should be to live for 100 years. There is no other way. Because you are born. So till your death you have to keep acting. Kurvan neveha karmani jijivishet shatagam sama. Now, here there are two types of action. As I said, one action in which you are looking for a result. You want to gain something out of this action. Even happiness out of the action. If your focus is on gaining happiness from an action, you are mistaken. It's going to do just the other way. It will be contrary to your desire. The result will be contrary to your expectation. So you just act, because you can't be here without acting. Either you channel your energy in doing something, or you sit and get restless, and restlessness is also an activity. If you are not channeling your energy in some activity, it emotionally, physically, mentally, that same energy is going to turn inward and going to become restlessness, agitation, dejection in you. People who are engaged in any type of activity in society, not wanting anything in return, you will feel much more happier. It's like letting out the steam. Steam gets generated in the course of life, but the steam has to be channelized. It has to go in some channel. And if the steam is channelized, it can bake the food for someone. Steam can bring heating. It can do many things. The same way, our energy needs to be channeled, doing something useful for others. Again, the mind will play trick. Okay, I do this. What will I get from this? They wake up and say, hey, hey, come on. The joy in getting is an immature joy. It's an infant joy, which we are all born with. Every child is born with a joy to get something. You leave a child somewhere, you'll go and grab something. Kids love grabbing things. But when they are 3 or 4-year-old, they would love to give also. They have the tendency. We need to encourage them those tendencies. Have you noticed kids doing that? You give them something in the hand, they go on, Papa, Mama, everybody, you take. They try, they have the tendency to give also. Nature has kept that one. Similarly, grandparents have this tendency to give. A grandmother at home, her joy is when kids come home, grandchildren come, she makes many dishes, birthday parties or any parties. She cooks various dishes and she enjoys serving, she enjoys giving. That's a mature joy. So there is a joy in grabbing, there is a joy in giving. Unless we move from the joy in grabbing to joy in contributing, we cannot be satisfied. We cannot be happy. Because that will keep creating an irritation inside of you. The irritation inside us is only because we are focused on grabbing. Do you see what I'm saying? You just observe any small incidences in your own life. You should reflect. All this knowledge is not just an intellectual gymnastics. It is for you to look inward and ponder in your own life. Am I absorbing this? Am I getting this? What is the cause of my depression? What is the cause of my anxiety? First of all, I don't believe that there is a power all around me and it is mine and it is protecting me. This faith is missing. Secondly, there is the tendency to grab more. What more? Knowledge. Grab nothing material, then grab more knowledge, more spirituality. Grab. Come on, relax. So once you are on a path, once you are sitting as Upanishad with the master, you relax. Still, if you keep running, it's like running inside the train. By running inside the train, you are not going to reach any faster. Suppose you get up and walk in the plane, but you are in a hurry. I tell you, plane is not going to land. or reach any faster. Determination to live for 100 years and being useful, doing work which does not benefit you, is the secret. There is no other way. So, once again, contemplate on this. Take a few minutes. All other actions to which we get attached at some point makes us feel run away from it, because our nature is to be free. Which is the action which sets you free? The action in which you are not trying to get something but want to just relax. A flower is there, it's not making an effort to bring fragrance to your nose. It's just being there is good enough. It brings the fragrance to you. In the same way, you are being centered is good enough. Now, when I say action, immediately things come to your mind. See, that person is able to do more seva. This person is able to do. I can't do. I am sick. I am old. I am not capable. Come on. Don't get into this trip. Seva is that, or the nishkama karma. Desireless action is that which you can do, which is within your capacity. Suppose you are not a doctor, nobody expects you to treat them. Nobody expects you to treat them. But if you are a doctor and you are not attending to a patient, then people ask for it. So action, you do that which is in your capacity. Suppose you are 85-year-old and you cannot do anything, never mind, you just sit and wish, bless people, that is good. Stop complaining and start smiling. Elderly people at home sitting and smiling, giving assurance, confidence to people is good enough. This is a big seva by itself. You are not expected to do which you cannot do. But what you can do, not doing it is pragyaparad. Got it? So what is that we can do? What we can do comfortably? What we can do with a little stretch? That is good enough. And so this action is not a burden on us. This again we must keep in mind. Sometimes we say seva, seva, seva. We take so much burden on our head and we feel so guilty for not doing it or doing it. We should be done with this sort of mindset. You do what is comfortable for you. And take such commitments what is comfortable for you. Or you want to stretch a little bit above, beyond your comfort zone, do that also. And if you are youthful and more energetic, I want to take some challenges, take those challenges, do it. But while doing all this, relax into your being, knowing Ishavasya midam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Every bit of this universe is permeated by this one truth, one divinity, one energy. This energy is intelligence. This energy is not a dead energy like what you think in physics. It is life. And life is surrounding you. And the life can see you without eyes. That life force can feel you without skin. That life force can convey to you without words. That life force is Isha. That life force is Ishvara. A life force around you. There is a word in in Sanskrit, Virupaksha. Have you heard this Virupaksha word? Somebody has that name here? There was someone with that name there, someone in the back. Virupaksha. I without a form. That is what it means. Virupa is no form, but I without a form. Shiva is called Virupaksha. The Shiva Tattva, the Shiva principle is like the air, like the space, like the warmth that you feel, or the coolness of the water that you feel. The 5 elements around you is all Shiva. Nama Shivaya. 5 letters represent the 5 elements. That which is governing the 5 elements of this universe is Shiva. That which is permeating the 5 elements is Shiva. What scientists today call as the dark matter and dark energy. You know why sun is round? How many of you know why sun is round? How many of you don't know why sun is round? You know, because sun is pressured by the light, the energy is pressured by the dark space around them. The space around the sun, the invisible space, is 1,000 times powerful than the sun. Like an air bubble trapped in a bottle of water. Why the air bubble is round? Have you seen air bubble? Air bubble in a bottle. The air bubble is round because the pressure of water is so much all around that. Similarly, the pressure of the empty space, the energy in the empty space is so humongous that all the heavenly bodies are spherical. Not because of their own account. The empty space is so full of energy. And that's exactly what the Upanishad says. Ishavasya midagam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. So, around you there is so much energy. You know, above us there is 200 miles air is there. Atmospheric pressure, 200 miles. So much pressure of air all around us. A scientist can understand this because he sees from another dimension. Similarly, a seeker understands this. A jnani will understand. Oh, what you see as objects, what you see as matter is an infinite small aspect of the entire, the totality. The manifest universe is just an insignificant portion of that which is not manifest, that which is unmanifest. And that is what we are made up of. In your own body, you'll see 99% is space element. An atom has 99.9% space element. And space is God. And relaxing into the space is its realization. Got it? So actions which does not afflict you are those actions which you can do it and out of which you are not expecting anything in return. Such actions, though you are not expecting, they definitely give you joy. They bring you joy. In fact, it's wrong to say they bring you joy. they make you realize your joy. Just imagine yourself as a fountain of joy or a flame of joy. Anything that is obscuring that is this tendency to grab or wanting, either wanting material or wanting spiritual. Now, you will say, then what about Jigyasa? Gurudev, you have said before, you should yearn for it. Unless you yearn for the highest, you won't get it. Now it's completely opposite. You say, just shut up and sit and do nothing. Yeah, both are essential. Till you come here, you have been asked, no, you yearn for it. Once you have come here, I said, relax. Till you catch the train, you have to run. Once you are in the train, you have to relax. That's when Gita, Sri Krishna said, Arurokshor munir yogam karma karanam uchyate. One who wants to get onto the pedestal of yoga, karma or selfless action is the path. Yoga rodasya tasyaiva shamak karanam uchyate. Once you are in the yoga rodat, once you have gotten onto the platform, relaxation is the path. So life is a combination of action and relaxation. Pravritti and nivritti. Either one of them missing from life, life is not complete. People who are stuck in pravritti, incomplete. People who are just retiring, only saying, I'm doing nothing, udasin. No, it's not going to work out. So next they are going to come to this, the next verse. Asurya namate loka andhena tamasavritaha stam pretyabhi gachanti eke chatma hano janaha. Our life is not just these 60, 70, 80, 90 years. Our life is eternal. You have heard this. Whether it's coming to our experience or not is another question, but at least you have heard about it. Have you ever thought about the people who have died and gone? Those people who have been walking, talking, living with you, conversing with you, what happened to them? Suddenly they have gone. Where did they go? If life is imperishable, where do they go? Where will I go after this? Another 40, 50 years we are here, suppose. After that, where will we go? Is life so impermanent? We have heard our spirit or I am permanent, I am there forever. If I have been here forever, I should know what I was before and what I will be in the future. Life is not limited to just 80, 100 years. It's much older than the sun, moon, and all the stones and planets around us. Says yes. And says yes. Our brain is just a frequency analyzer. Our brain is tuned to one frequency, so we are able to receive only these inputs, this information. You know, people with schizophrenia and this bipolar disorder and, this mentally, who are considered mentally ill by the normal doctors, they have access to another world also. They have access to another reality. We say they are just hallucinating. And we put it in a basket. Oh, it's just a hallucination. But today scientists have started working on the parapsychology. Almost every big institute in the world has a parapsychology department. They are probing into the existence of previous birth. 50, 60, 100 years ago it was a myth. Today it is a therapy. Past life regression is a therapy, which is now nobody questions, nobody asks a question, was there a life before, or is there past lives or future lives? This question is not asked now anymore. If someone asks, they are not well informed. Well informed individuals today have come to this acceptance, which this country has been saying, or the world over, the ancient people have been saying from thousands of years. From millenniums they have been saying, yes, life is eternal. This is not just it. So without the self-knowledge, what do these people do? What happens to... Okay, we say only few people come to know about the self, even get this question, what is the purpose of life? And what about the billions of people who inherit this planet, who are living in this planet? What happens to them? The Upanishads, Asurya namate loka. They are in their world which has no center. Surya means centered. Asurya means a person who has no center, no direction in life, no vision. Andhena tamasavrita. Like the blind enveloped with darkness. Even people who have eyes can't see when it is dark. Just imagine someone who is blind and he is searching in darkness. What do they know? Nothing. They live in the world with their eyes shut and in darkness, not centered. And after dying also, they reach a place, or their spirit lives in a place which has no joy. Andhena tamasavrita. And these people, they are losing the self in them. Atmahanojana. They have killed themselves. This human birth is so precious. Only in the human birth can you ever know that there is energy, this is space, I am the space, I am that. This Brahma Gyan, Brahman knowledge can happen only in this human birth. And that is the purpose. And these people who are living in the darkness have lost the chance. It's as good as suicide. Atmahanojana. They have killed themselves. So thank yourself, you are not one of them living in the dark world. One has to be grateful. Oh, at least I got the glimpse of light. I got a glimpse of what knowledge is. This has been the style of the rishis, ancient rishis. They used to always give the Purva Paksha, Uttara Paksha. Do this on the other side also. Because people will ask, what is the point of knowing the self? Why you should know? They have already cleared it. Okay, don't need to know, but you are living in a dark world. And you will be there only in the next birth also. It's like someone asking, what is the point of learning nutrition? You simply have to eat. Not everybody knew about nutrition. No one went to nutritionists before. We just filled ourselves with carbs and whatever food that we were getting. The animals don't look for nutrition food. That's what they argue. But I would say no, animals do look for it. Man has moved far away from nature. You can exist without learning about hygiene, but you are in darkness. You can exist without knowing nutrition, you are in darkness. You can exist on this planet having no knowledge about the universe. You are in a Asurya Loka. You are in a world where there is no center. So they're giving the pros and cons that before the question arises in you, why, what, why should I do it? I've already said no. Otherwise, you will be in that state. You will be like a blind man searching in darkness. So, knowledge is important. And for knowledge, selfless action, nishkam karma, is also important. Okay? So, the benefit of knowledge, the purpose of knowledge, first they have said, is to move away from the darkness. So now you don't worry, you will not get into Asurya Loka. There is no chance anyone who have been in the knowledge even a bit, even after death you cannot go into such darkness. This is ensured. So it's almost like an insurance for it. You are ensured that you will not go into a dark world of the pretas, of the dead spirits. Usually people have this question, all this black magic, some people are doing black magic and the spirits are coming. I tell you, no spirit, no black magic, nothing can touch you. Be assured. So none of this thing can touch you because you have put a step in the knowledge. One step in knowledge, one step in the wisdom takes care of that whole thing. Yeah? So if at all, if someone puts these sort of doubts and fears in your head, just smile and throw it out of the window. Nothing can affect you. Whom it will affect? Those who are not interested in the spiritual knowledge. Yeah?
Eyes closed. Just few seconds, be with yourself. Revise in the mind what Gurudev said. Today Gurudev did say that there is no point if you don't look in your life where you are doing what you are doing. Self-study. Okay. Slowly you can turn on your open your eyes and turn on your cameras. We'll do a discussion. You all can slowly turn on your cameras, otherwise I'll feel I'm talking to myself. Then I'll get a question, why am I even talking? Gurudev said, no? The teacher should know if the students are sincere or not. So many things I have to say, then you'll turn on your camera. The first thing Gurudev started was sitting close. And you all are not even ready to turn on your camera. So ask yourself this question, am I sitting close? Not physically, mentally, emotionally. Are we in the same level, same frequency? Just think about it. We are not even ready to turn on the camera. Then what kind of mental state? Is there any connection between you and the teacher then? Is the question. Correct? No point now listening to 100 knowledge but applying nothing. Okay. So Upanishad means students and the master sitting close. Not physically, but mentally and emotionally. there need to be connection. There need to be belongingness. Huh? When there is belongingness, then there is no problem. Okay, so belongingness is very important. Only then transfer of knowledge is possible. Huh? And of course, with peace. That's why every Upanishad begins with a peace mantra. Okay. Then what Gurudev said? Fullness. Gurudev praised the invention of zero. Then Gurudev spoke about fullness come out of fullness. Still, fullness remains. There is no lack in the fullness. It still remains full. Huh? Manifest is complete. The unmanifest is also complete because the manifest comes from the unmanifest, right? Okay. So three times we say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Three times we say peace, peace, peace. Why do we do that? First piece is for the environment. You cannot learn if your environment is very noisy, disturbing. You can. Second is body mind complex also should be in peace. You should not be mentally disturbed, physically disturbed. Third is the level of the being. That inner peace is also required. Okay, then Gurudev said that everybody has a concept of God. Even the atheist has a concept of God. Huh? Then Gurudev says nothing can be away from God. Changing or non-changing doesn't matter. Nothing is away from the God. God is everywhere, in everything. He said even Bin Laden. Okay. So, and then he said, ask any scientist, quantum physician. He'll say, okay, the same atoms are there in Bin Laden also. Okay. Hmm. Only who cannot see this, who is stuck in duality, who is stuck in good or bad, who is stuck in hero or villain. Opposites are complementary to each other. They forget this. Then either you are stuck in hero villain, then you will never know the director. So if you are holding on to the limited, then you will never be able to understand the unlimited. The infinity will get blurred to you. You're getting what I'm saying? Just because somebody behaves in certain way, we hold on, we just take that limited information, hold on to it, then we will never be able to see the infinity within that person. Which Gurudev is seeing. Gurudev didn't see us and said, okay, oh, this is good, that is bad, this is this way, that is that way. No, he overlooked all these limited things and he saw something beyond it. And he holded on to the infinity. And that's why we are into art only. So if Gurudev doesn't judge, why should we? The doer and the enjoyer both goes together. If you do it, then you will enjoy it, whatever the result is, good or bad result, pleasurable or unpleasurable. If you are not the doer, then you will not. So the doer and the enjoyer both goes together. Then Gurudev says, what is Isha? Isha is that potential energy present everywhere around you. That is Isha. And how to get into it? What is the password? The password is to letting go of the limited. The password is to letting go of the material, loosen the grip. Even some knowledge we have heard, oh, I know this. Even that idea of I know this, that also you have to let go. Only then, Gurudev said, that pot is empty or overfilling. The master checks. There are few tests to check. From Socrates, it is there. Huh? And what do you grab to? Something pleasurable and something painful. These are the only two things we grab to. When you latch on to limited, blurs the infinity. See, enjoy, but don't cling on to it. Relax. Then you will be able to enjoy better. Okay. What is the purpose of my life? This question should really bug you. If you are intelligent. If you are intelligent, then this question should bug you. That is, what is the purpose of my life? Has this question ever occurred to you? Raise your hand if it did. Sometimes. maybe just before the exams. Why these exams? Huh? If this question have ever occurred, that means congratulations, the seed have started sprouting. Huh? Keep doing your work, live for 100 years. Huh? No other way. Be useful. Huh? Action to gain is pain, but just action or action to give, then it will not bind you. Huh? Taking means obligation, giving is freedom. Channel your energy, channel your energy, or what will happen? You'll sit and you'll be irritated, you'll be agitated, there will be so much of restlessness. Okay. So to avoid all this, because Gurudev said, nah, Rishi used to tell both side of the story. If you do this, this will good things will happen. If you do that, then those things will happen. Then you decide what you want to do. Okay. Hmm. So act not wanting anything in return. Huh? What is irritation? Gurudev said irritation. And this is true. Look in your life. Irritation is when our focus is grabbing. Irritation is when our focus is grabbing. Even in spiritual seva, so many times the focus is only grabbing. How many registration I brought, this, that. Huh? Even if you are doing that, doesn't matter. Just bring registration. We are doing Art Excel happiness program for kids. So do register. I'll put the message in the group. Bring registration. Okay. Channel your energy. Selfless. And Gurudev then says, come on, relax. Look in your life. Go within. It is very important to look in your life where we are doing what. Where are we trying to grab limited things, grabbing pain, pleasure. Where we are grabbing material or spiritual. Start searching. Are we doing selfless service? Everything. Seva. Your being centered is good enough. Like a flower spreading the fragrance. Gurudev gave the example. Na? Seva is to do what in your capacity with little efforts. Okay, seva is to do what is in your capacity with little efforts. Little efforts you can put, little stretch you can do. What you can do, but when you don't do, that is pragya aprad. That is big sin. When you can do, but you don't do. Okay, while doing, relax in the being. The energy is intelligent. It is life. All this energy is very intelligent. It is life. This life force energy can touch you without skin, can communicate to you without words. Okay, this is very powerful and very intelligent energy we are talking about. It's not just some coal energy or the energy in your bike, the petrol energy. No, very intelligent. It is life itself. Then Gurudev spoke about Virupaksha, I without the form. I without the form. Then he said Shiva is like that. Shiva is air, the warmth, the coolness in the water. It's all Shiva. All five elements is Shiva. Then he spoke about dark matter, how the dark matter is holding on to the sun. It's actually holding on to everything, not only the sun, the earth, the everything. Before we used to think the sun's gravity is holding the earth around it. But now the scientists say no. The space in between the sun and the earth, this space is holding on to the earth. The space is holding on to the sun, this dark matter. What we also call it God particle, right? God particle we called it, right? Anybody following science will know. God particle, dark energy. A scientist and a seeker will understand, can understand. The manifest is insignificant in front of the unmanifest. And is what we are made up of. The unmanifested energy, that is exactly what we are made up of. 97% Gurudev said, na, space. But actually the truth is the atom itself is space. Like even the electrons and neutrons, all are just one wave, the speck. So that way, if we look at it, everything is space. So there is like 100% space, you can say. Okay. That's why we call it Maya, na? The material world is Maya, not real. Then what did Gurudev said? Space is God. Relaxing in the space is realization. Then Gurudev says selfless action. Selfless action is without any benefit. Action without benefiting yourself makes you realize you are joy. Makes you realize you are joy. What obstruct it? Your tendency to grab material or spiritual. Both. Grabbing, oh, I want to know this, I want to know that. No. That is obstructing you to realize that you yourself are the joy, what you're looking out. Okay? Gurudev says, to catch the train, you have to run. But once you catch the train, you are inside the train, then relax. So both is important. Action and relaxation. Okay? Life is eternal. So after death, where will you go? That's a question. After death, where will you go? Ask yourself. Brain is a frequent. Those without purpose will have no center. No vision, no center. They'll be like blind people searching in darkness. They have already, and even after death, their spirit will go someplace where there will be no joy. They cannot experience joy. So lost the chance. Because see, human life we have got, and they are losing the chance. They just lost the chance of doing something. Because in this human life only we can realize something greater than us. Okay, so thank yourself that you have got the glimpse of this knowledge. Whoever is listening right now, Rishis gives both side of the story. As I said in before, for knowledge, selfless action is required. For knowledge, selfless action is required. If you don't do seva, just keep listening to knowledge, nothing will happen. Okay, that's why the Guru Dakshina. The idea of Guru Dakshina is that's why only, so that some knowledge will come to you. Otherwise, knowledge will become useless. No knowledge you can take if there is no selfless seva attached to it. So good, you all are all ensure that you will never go in that dark world of pretas. No spirit, no black magic can touch you. Just one step in knowledge and you are all taken care of. Okay, now I'll give the option of unmute. So if you want, you all can ask any question you want.
Ji, what did he say about schizophrenia? People who are affected, the mind is affected, schizophrenia.
So I don't know exactly, but what Gurudev today said that scientists are researching on it.
Unable to hear you. Ji?
Okay, let me come closer.
Yeah.
So Gurudev said that researchers are researching on it, that bipolar, people who are hallucinating, maybe not hallucinating, they are having vision maybe of the past life or of the multiverse.
Oh.
It is a possibility, Gurudev said.
They have not lost the center.
No, they have not lost the center. We don't know yet exactly, individual to individual, it might be different. But the research is going on, as what Gurudev said.
Oh yeah, he said that they have access to different dimensions.
Yes, yes. No, Gurudev said might. Let's use the word might, because then there might be many questions. Maybe here someone is going on. Even Hani Singh was going bipolar and everything. Then what will happen? We'll look at to each and everyone. Oh, maybe he is not. Then that also is a dharna. See, a madman having a vision, like Gurudev keeps saying, in America, people get this vision, oh, the world is going to end in 2012, and they make a big plank and go everywhere. Then when you think that this is not might, this is the guaranteed, that what he is seeing is real, then you also go panic. You get my point, na? That's why I'm saying might be. And that's why I'm saying the research is going on. Because then individual to individual may be different. So you don't grab onto that concept also. Okay, got it now? Any confusion you can ask. Huh? Because let's say I say let's say someone sitting like this and his eyeballs are not moving right and left, so he's totally centered and meditating. So that doesn't mean the person whose eyes are moving here, there, everywhere is not meditating. You're getting my point? So I don't want anybody to fix on a limited concept. As Gurudev said, if you are grabbing onto limited material spiritual, then you will lose the sight of the infinite. That's why I use the word still research is going on. Any other question? Let me check if there are any questions on YouTube. And see, Gurudev says, knowledge without seva is also a problem. No, there is no question. Knowledge without question, also a problem. Both. If you are not asking yourself, where I am holding on to, what I am grabbing into, which knowledge I have to apply, where I am stuck. Am I joyful? If I am not joyful, what is holding me? Then the knowledge will be useless. So do that. Self-study. But then Gurudev said, you are all lucky. You are here. Okay. So Jai Gurudev. Bye-bye. So you can pat your
Jai
back.
Gurudev. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
This will be uploaded, Ji. Today's session will be uploaded.
Yes, it will be there. It will be there for some time. Then it will be deleted.
Okay. Thank you, Ji.
Okay. Bye. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.